Alright guys, hope you're having a good day. Just continuing on from yesterday's video. Just taping this little ensuite ceiling repair in. And the question of the day is, what do you like to use, Fibafuse or paper tape? For me, ever since I started using paper tape, you never get a bubble at all. Paper, I mean, I recently used it maybe once or twice in the last couple of months, and I did get a couple of bubbles. You need to really make sure you pre-fill, and you need to make sure that there's mud under the tape all the time. When you're using Fibafuse, you don't have to worry so much. It's gonna dry. It kind of spreads within the tape, whereas with paper, it's either under it or over it. And sometimes the paper can get a bit soggy as well. Fibafuse is a lot flatter as well. See how I'm handling it though? You can get tiny little splinters in your hand, so I mean, you might want to use gloves. It doesn't bother me too much, but definitely don't rub your fingers on it. And you have to be careful as well. Sometimes the fibers, they can get in the air a little bit, so when you're scraping down, even putting it up, if you're putting it up and you're looking sort of you know, some sun rays, you can see some fibers in the air, so just be careful of that. So I'm taping in here. I've bedded the tape. Then I like to load it up a little bit, and then I get a bigger blade and I just smoothen it out like that evenly. It kind of fills the recess, fills any void. And if you're doing a small if this is all you're doing, definitely you want to get some plaster accelerant in the mix. And if you don't have that, just use some salt, which I used to use. But plaster accelerant, I've had one bag, probably like a 5 kilogram bag, for a couple of years now. And it's really good. You can come back and you can second coat this mix in 10 minutes, nice and dry. And of course, it works much better with paper tape. So I three coat my screws here. That's what I will be doing. This is first coat. Just trying to decide which way my blade goes there. And I'm actually in a little shower cubicle here. That's why I couldn't reach. That's why I didn't do it before. And I've just climbed on in. Load it up nice and flat. And then you can see above the door here, got a bit of a crack. Oops. Which right into my mix. I know there's no timber behind there, so I'm just going to load it up.
Smart, not smart.
And put some Fibafuse on it. It should last. Actually scratched, blew all of that dust right in my mix, so I got some fresh stuff. You can see I've got some bit of a floor plan on my Hawk there. You guys use Hawks wherever you're watching? Some people just use pans. I give it a bit of a scratch back. Normally I drill some holes in each side, and that kind of acts as a just get mud in each side, sort of beds in. I don't know, in theory it works well, kind of like mini piers for the tape. I don't know about that, it's going a bit far, but this Fibafuse is perfect for this. Even if your mud isn't evenly distributed, it can, when you're pushing it out, it can spread through the tape, this Fibafuse, and just, it's really good. I've never made a repair actually which has had Fibafuse in it, so maybe because it's new, it's not as old as mesh tape and paper tape. Obviously, definitely don't use that mesh tape, fiberglass mesh. I don't use that for anything. The only thing I've ever seen people use it for is if they're angles, they have to throw too much mud in their angles and just on the corners of them. But this wall has low sheen paint already on it, so it kind of, the mud was slipping off. Alright, so we're cutting away here, just taping the ceiling up. I was a bit pressed for time as well. I did a lot in this day. And you can see I'm going over it again. This is all the first coat. Loading it up. Then I'm gonna get my big blade out and just run it right back over the top. Fill the recess. And that's it, then we're done. Thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you next time.